name's James Ellis, and I just felt led to make this video tonight. The last couple of years, I was hooked on heroin and fentanyl and meth due to the circumstances of a suicide that I had witnessed in my family, and it took me down a long, dark road. Had lost joy, lost hope, mental health. Became homeless, and living in ditches. I've died 4 times. A very dark road, done things that I'm not proud of. Ruined my relationship with my family. Lost their trust. I was 140 pounds, at one time. I'm 220 pounds now. And I had lost all hope. Every night I went to bed and laid my head down. I just had no joy, had no hope. I just didn't care if I lived or died. I was just miserable. I was in misery. And, I just couldn't get out of it, and that's why I'm making this video, because I want to tell you how I got out of it, how I got my joy back, how I got my life back, how I got the trust back from my family, how I got everything back. The unforgiveness and hate and things that I had in my heart, and it's like poison, you know what I mean? It's like drinking poison, expecting your enemy to die, and it just builds up, and and there's so many people out there, people hurt them and, hurt me, and use drugs to mask it, they're like me. Like whenever I found my nephew had committed suicide, when I took that shot of fentanyl, it took that all away. It took the voices in my head away. It took the pain away. It took the thoughts away. It took everything away. But see, it was all temporary. But in the morning, it all came back. It was there again. And I had to use more. And a little bit became more. And you know what I'm talking about. Till I was, shooting a gram of fentanyl a day. Like I said earlier, I died 4 times. And like I said, but I want to tell you how I got out of it. And, it was a day-by-day thing, I was in jail. I got arrested. While I was in jail, I got on my knees. And I prayed to the Lord. I said, Lord, you got to take this from me, because I can't do it. And I meant it, Like, I really meant it. I said, Lord, I don't care if it means that you have to take my life and take me home to heaven. I want you to forgive me of my sins, Lord, and put your spirit in me, Lord, and forgive me of my sins, and dwell in me, and just take this from me. Whatever you have to do to take this from me. And I meant it, I really, truly did. And actually did heroin one more time. Shot up, overdosed. And they brought me back. And it was that day, that something happened. Like the Lord showed himself to me. And I knew at that moment that my life would be different. Like I said, it's a day-by-day process. It's a step-by-step, And everybody's like, well, it's a struggle every day. Well, it's not. When the Lord touched my life that day, my life's never been the same. I don't dream about drugs. I don't crave them. I don't want them. I don't think about them. It's been around me. I just don't want them, And, when I see people that I used to run the streets with, everybody's like, you got to stay away from them. And then it's like, no, I want them to see the change in my life. And I want to tell them about what God's done in my life, because I wish I could just grab them by the hands, like in the movie, and they could feel what God's done in my life, and they can see it, because it's the most amazing thing that's ever happened in my life. And, if there's somebody watching this right now, or if you really want to change, if you want joy in your life, if you want your family back, if you want a peace of mind, if you want that wake up and the grass is green, and you know what I mean? This, when you were young, when you used to wake up in the morning and you walked outside and the sky was blue. You lose all that when you get addicted to drugs. You lose every bit of that if you want that life back. Jesus Christ is his name. It's a day-by-day thing, It doesn't happen over a day. But once you accept him into your life, you will see the transformation if you allow him to work through you. And the evidence of him working in your life is every day you get a little bit better. You say, wow, well, I didn't do what I did yesterday. My life's changing. And that's the evidence. It doesn't all change at once. And I strongly urge you to take that leap of faith. Faith is believing in something that hasn't happened, that will happen. And I'm telling you, have faith. Believe that you can do this, and it will happen. You might not see it now, but it will happen if you truly believe in your heart. And I don't mean going in with reservations in your heart. Well, I'm going to say, well, I want to do this, but I might go back and I'll just do a little bit, or you know what I mean? Truly believe in your heart. When you're ready, you're ready. Because if you're not ready and you don't believe and you're not really, it's not going to work. If you really want it and you really mean it, and you say, Lord, do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whether it be me going to jail, or whether it be whatever it takes. Because the Lord knows exactly what you need, where you need to be for that season in your life for you to get clean. You just got to trust him and be patient. The hardest thing for me was being still and knowing that the Lord already knew what he had a plan for me. But I had to be still and wait for him and allow him to work inside of me and take away those bad things in my life. That's the hardest part. When they purify gold and they burn and they melt the gold and all the bad things come to the top and they take it out. Like me, like I had a bad temper. I like to fight, and and the Lord takes that. He takes that hate and gives me love. He takes the chaos and gives me peace. He gives me joy. And I'm just a different man. You can ask my children. I'm a pawpaw, I spend time with my grandchildren. I go fishing. I'm fishing at night, and on the way back across the bridge, I'm looking at the stars, and I just thank God for what he's done in my life. People say, well, Jesus isn't real. They say God isn't real. I tell you he is, and I tell you why he's real, because of my experience. I once was blind, but now I see. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I once was a heroin addict, but now I'm free. I once was a meth addict, but now I'm free. I once was an alcoholic, but now I'm free. And it all started with me getting on my knees and asking the Lord to take it from me, no matter what it took. Are you ready for that? Whatever it takes. Because sometimes it hurts. When the Lord purifies you, it hurts like that gold. He has to melt you down. I'm telling you, it's a way better life. And when you wake up in the morning, the joy, it's unbelievable. And you can do it, I promise you. But you just got to trust in the Lord. And all you got to do is say, Lord, I believe in you. Forgive me of my sins. Come into my heart. Dwell in me. Change my life. whatever it takes. And continue every day to believe that. And watch what he'll do in your life. But you have to let him do it. Allow him to do it. I urge you, if you're on drugs, or whether it be hate or anything that controls your life, and you don't know what to do, his name is Jesus Christ. Whether you're sick, he's the Almighty. He has the power to do anything. You just got to have faith. Hit your knees. Pray. Ask him. What he done for me, he'll do for you. I promise you.